Yeah, let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man Pots and Pans, what's the deal? You're kicking it with KCMC. Let's talk sports. Hey, first and foremost, let's keep it in the WNBA as of right now. You can see it behind me on the green screen. This comes from CNN.com, by the way. WNBA players have spoken out after a second game this week was delayed due to an adult toy, as you can see behind me, being thrown out onto the court. In the third quarter, the Golden State Valkyries 73-66 win over the Chicago Sky on Friday night. The bright green toy was thrown from the stands at Wintrust Arena in Chicago and landed just out of bounds underneath one of the baskets. With the Chicago Sky on the attack, the game was halted and an official kicked the object to the side where it was picked up with a towel and removed. The incident came just 3 days after another adult toy was thrown into the court during the Golden State Valkyries 77-75 victory over the Atlanta Dream at Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia, excuse me. The similarities that I'm seeing in both of these stories is that it's the Golden State Valkyries games. The Golden State Valkyries games on the road. They're getting these adult toys thrown out there. Now, I don't even want to talk about what it is. You can see what it is if you're watching on YouTube right now. Here's the thing about it. This is what I want to say. I think this is extremely inappropriate. But in the context of fan engagement, I don't want to say harassment, but fan engagement with players in professional sports, you got to deal with it. You got to find a way to deal with it. Yes, is it inappropriate? Absolutely. Like the ref did. Kick it to the side and keep the game going. Show must go on. So yeah, I think it's highly inappropriate, especially considering the fact that we talking about professional athletes, professional sports. These are family events. Why are we doing stuff like this, fam? And you gotta make it all bright too. Like you could have just made it a black one and maybe it wouldn't have been seen, but I don't know. That's a wild thought too. But the whole thing is this, I think, is inappropriate, but fan engagement. Even the NBA has to deal with some form of fan interaction. And they have to deal with it because we are that close. Do we want to separate? How about this? The real question is, what do you do to prevent fans from throwing things on the court or the field? In any professional sport or any sport in general, what do you do to prevent fans from throwing things on the court or the field? Do we now make a net around the entire thing for every sport? Should it go there? Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. We do have a couple other topics we're going to talk about in the WNBA as well. So let's get into the WNBA. Good news in regards to the WNBA. Let's focus on that. Kayla McBride. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Kayla McBride, this is coming from BleacherReport.com, and the Minnesota Lynx wrapped up a dominant 111-58 win over the Las Vegas Aces on Saturday. The 53-point margin of victory represented the largest on the road in WNBA history. In wins by 50 or more points in WNBA history, the Lynx have two of them. In 2017, the Lynx won 111 to the Fever 52, a margin of 59. Then in 2025, recently 111-58, the margin of 53. Kayla McBride finished with a game high 24 points, shooting 8 of 10 from three-pointers. Kayla McBride came up one short of the three-point single game record in the WNBA. It's a four-way tie with 4 different players for 9 three-pointers in one game. But Kayla McBride went 8 for 8 in the first half. By the way. The Lynx were able to secure the lopsided win despite star forward Nafisa Collier exiting the contest near the end of the third quarter with an ankle injury, and it was a bad one too. She kind of going to the basket, I believe, to defend, and just kind of stepped and turned that right ankle. It looked bad in slow motion and fast motion. Collier exited the contest after colliding with teammate Alana Smith, and landing awkwardly on her right foot. Prayers out to Napheesa Collier, who's a dog, by the way. I believe she won that one-on-one tournament that they had with WNBA players. I believe she won that, as a matter of fact. So she's a dog. She could play some she could play some basketball too, as a matter of fact. And she's only 28. Here's the thing about it. When you get that type of injury, or when you get an injury at all, when you're older in age, it's going to take slower. It's going to take more time to heal and recover. She's in her upper 20s, which is relatively young, but still, in basketball terms, relatively old as well. So it's something to look out for as well. She won the, what is the name of that, is it Undisputed? Unrivaled. It was Unrivaled. The Unrivaled one-on-one tournament. She won that and got the bread for it. Yeah, in February 2025, beating Aaliyah Edwards in the finals. Was a historic win for women's basketball, according to CBS. She co-founded the league, by the way, with Breanna Stewart. Her victory is part of a dominant performance. She also leads the WNBA in scoring for the 2025 season, solidifying her status as one of the league's best players per USA Today. So Napheesa Collier, unfortunate injury to the Minnesota Lynx, who's, I believe, leading in the WNBA right now. Best record. But a lot of things happened in this game, as a matter of fact. You had Kayla McBride potentially going for a tiebreaker or a record in 3 points made in one game, but she made 8. The record right now is 9 3-pointers in the game for the WNBA. Also, largest margin of victory on the road, 53 points. The Minnesota Lynx. And then you also got Napheesa Collier, that injury as well. And her being out, we don't know how long as of right now, but that ankle injury, that right ankle, it looked bad. But man, prayers up for Napheesa Collier. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show. 313-466-4386. I was saying, you know what? I was saying there should be some type of mercy rule at first, right? If your team or a team is getting beat by so much, you should just go ahead and end the game. But then I realized the only reason they don't do that is because the people that actually paid to go to the games, what would you do with them if you just quit the game because somebody getting blown out? I was thinking give people a portion of their money back. Prorated based on what part of the game y'all call the game on. Possibly. But then I thought just in general, like if somebody just decides to leave, give them their money back based on how much time is left in that event. Prorated. I actually think that's pretty fair. But I know that'll never happen. So that's some goofy stuff. But your team or a team getting beat by 53, when are you leaving the game? As a fan, if you're a fan of the Las Vegas Aces and your squad getting beat by 45, and it's just creeping up, like when do you decide, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, beat this traffic? Like that's what I want to know. Like, is the third quarter you gonna stay until the fourth quarter just because you bought the tickets? I think that's the case. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. Last topic in regards to the WNBA, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and get through this. The Connecticut Sun, this coming from yahoosports.com, could be on the move by 2027 after a group led by Boston Celtics minority owner Steve Pagliuca, I don't know, Steve P, reportedly reached a deal to purchase a WNBA franchise from the Michigan Tribe for $325 million, according to the Boston Globe. The deal, which will require approval from the WNBA's Board of Governors, would see Steve spend $100 million for a new practice facility in Boston and for the Sun to move from Connecticut. This would be the second time in franchise history that the Sun would be relocated. The team began as the Orlando Miracle in 1999 and moved to Connecticut in 2002. They have reached 4 WNBA finals. I don't know if they actually won any of them, but if you only reach 4 finals and haven't won any of them, you might have the Buffalo Bills curse. But anyway, I believe this would be the largest purchase and or sale for a professional women's sports team in world history, which we already knew. When it came to them type of transactions, depending on the franchise, more than likely, you're going to probably sell for a historic number, because everything is selling for historic numbers, billions or hundreds of millions right now. So I get it. Connecticut Sun, hey, them moving to Boston, I think it's a good deal. I'll say that first and foremost. One, Boston's a major market. Two, it already has an NBA franchise, which shows it has a great basketball following and fan base. I can see that translating to WNBA, with WNBA getting hot now, more popular, filling the same markets that already has an NBA team with the WNBA team. That way the teams can support the WNBA just as much as they support the NBA, and you can see how it works. I think it's genius, if you ask me. Lastly, the Connecticut Sun. I hate this name, as it says that your logo, your mascot is singular and not plural. Like, I don't know, the Pelicans, the Pistons, the Lakers, I don't know, Trailblazers, Grizzlies. The only other one that makes sense that's not plural is the Orlando Magic. Now that I think about it. It is what it is with that squad. Maybe we're used to it. But Orlando Magic, you can't make that plural. Magics, no, that you can't. Sun, you can make that Sun. We got Phoenix Suns. So for y'all to have a Connecticut Sun, I don't even like that. Leave a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. Y'all better off going back to what's the Orlando Miracle. I'm actually cool with that. Orlando Magic, Orlando Miracle. Boston Miracle. Like, when you're doing words like that, I understand it being singular. It makes sense. But Sun, y'all could have made Suns. Go ahead and rebrand the whole dang on team, bro. Get them up out of here, man. Get them up out of Connecticut. It ain't even no... I understand they got UConn there. But as far as professional teams, there's no professional team in Connecticut. Get them up out of there, man. Get them up out of there, moving to Boston. I'm actually with this, but let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show, 313-466-4386. Moving on, actually talking about football. This is actually kind of crazy, man. This is coming from Newsweek.com. As the Philadelphia Eagles navigated through their successful 2024 Super Bowl run, $1 million worth of game host Gillie the King became the team's biggest hype man. If you know, you know. Although the Super Bowl run is over, Gillie is still taking his victory lap as a fan. Recently, he rubbed with the Eagles' Super Bowl victory, trading shots with Cam Newton. He rubbed in the Eagles' Super Bowl victory, trading shots with Cam Newton. He said, quote, Cam ain't never heard of one of these. Cam ain't never had one of these. I ain't going back and forth with you. Thank you, Jalen. Appreciate you, Jalen. This is what Gillie the King said. The viral video of Gillie calling out Newton caused former NFL quarterback Johnny Manziel to step up and sound off on the podcast host. You can see his tweets behind me. I'm trying to cover up one of them because he says some very vulgar things. But one of the things he says, quote, yo, Gillie the Kid, you may be the biggest blank loser on the planet, end quote. He further said in another tweet, quote, talking like you've blank done anything on a football field. If I see you, just know I'm going to slap the blank out of you. Trust. End quote. Yo, I had to go on Twitter, aka X, and actually see if he said this. I went on there and saw this, and I screenshotted it, and here it is on the green screen. I thought my man's got hacked. I think some people are saying he got hacked. Now, I don't believe this. This your account. and you was wilding. Mr. Football, you were wilding, bro. Coming at Gillie now, I heard that he has a new podcast or a YouTube channel that he's promoting and ain't really doing as well as other channels. So maybe he's trying to get in the mix of some type of clout chasing and some beef. Bro, it's a reach. And the fact that your NFL career didn't turn out like you thought it probably would have been, and now you're doing stuff like this as a host, a podcast host, or a YouTuber, it ain't turning out as much. Chill out. Because coming at somebody like this is crazy. Even on some man-to-man stuff. Like, bro, you tripping. And you technically threaten this man. Saying, when I see you, I'm going to slap the blank out of you. And I'm saying blank because I don't want to say it, but I'm going to slap the out of you. You tripping. Johnny Football. The nerve of you. Hey, but let me know what you think. Is Gillie the King, Gillie the Kid, doing too much supporting Jalen Hurts, having Jalen Hurts back against Cam Newton? Or is Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, doing too much butting in and calling Gillie the King out? Let me know what you think. Does it matter if Gillie the King never played football? Are they wrong for calling out his non-football and calling out his rap career? This is what I would say if I was Gillie the King. I would say, who cares about my rap career? You know me as a podcaster. I made millions, tens of millions of being a podcast host. How about you know that podcast? That's what I'm known. I ain't no rapper. I'm a podcaster now. And I would stand on that. I'm a millionaire from being a podcaster. Forget my rap career. And what? Boy, I would stand on that if I was Gillie. I would stand on that if I was Gillie. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. We do have another topic we're going to get into. MLB Speedway Classic, I should say. This comes from USAtoday.com. After the Cincinnati Reds and Atlanta Braves were unable to make it through the first inning on Saturday night, the two teams returned to Bristol Motor Speedway on Sunday, August 3rd. That's today, by the way, to complete MLB's inaugural Speedway Classic. The history-making clash is the first ever Major League game in the state of Tennessee and the first to be held at a NASCAR track. You can see behind me on the green screen. But the record, 85,000 plus fans expected to be in attendance, only got a small taste of the action as persistent rain delayed the start of the game for over 2 hours and forced MLB officials to suspend the contest, with the Reds leading 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Now, I actually stayed up to watch this as much as I could. It was so much rain. They were showing the actual map. You could tell it wasn't going to be no game tonight, how hard it was raining. Pause. We had to sit up there and watch Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, and Kevin, whatever his name is, talk about nothing for dang near hours. I actually turned the channel and went to sleep before they actually started the game. Didn't even know they started the game. They tried to, I guess they actually just played the first inning just to say they did something and then say, you know what, we're going to call it and do it tomorrow. Such an inconvenience for any of the fans who only had that one night to be in that town or be there for that game. Such an inconvenience. But overall, I think it's very unique and very nice. But let me be real. Actually, I think I do want to state this, by the way. At the end of the day, the Atlanta Braves did win 2-4. No, yes, 2-4, by the way. Both teams had 10 hits, but Atlanta won. Atlanta won 10-4. 2-4, excuse me. But anyway, Atlanta did win. This is what I want to say. The show is called From the Stands of a Sports Fan. From the perspective of a fan in the stands. Now, while this is unique and nice, having a baseball field in the middle of a racetrack, let's keep this in mind. As a paying fan, is this a nice view? You got this whole racetrack space in between you and actually being in the field. It ain't no seats right here. Y'all could have put seats right here. What are we doing? Now, unless you got the seats right here, unless you got these seats right here behind the infield, then like all of this, just to say you broke a record, is it really worth it? They got the Jumbotron, which I think is pretty nice. They put a jumbotron in the middle right here, so they attach it to some cords, some wires that go out to the other part. I think that's pretty nice. A random jumbotron right there is pretty cool. But can you really see that being out here like this? Can you really see that jumbotron like that? I know you can't see the infield, so are you getting your money's worth? Or is this for the MLB just to say they sold this many tickets and had this attendance? That part I don't like from the perspective of a fan. From the stands, respectively. Other than that, the concept and this overall look is unique and it looks nice. But who cares? They were hitting home runs, going out here. Fans were trying to catch it, like on this part right here with the little tarp. Couldn't even catch it. It would either land right here on the track and nobody could get it, or it would land like somewhere on this tarp and nobody could get it. Like, it was just horrible. It looked bad. Fans losing their visor, trying to reach down and get it, they hats, the ball. Like, it was just bad. In theory, it looks nice. Major League Baseball, we know it's a money grab, but chill out with all this. Looks nice aesthetically, but from the stands of a sports fan, I say no. Let me know what you think, though. Would you go to a game like this if you didn't have these infield tickets right here? Would you go to this game? Is it worth it? Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show, 313-466-4386. Just a couple more topics we're going to talk about before we get up out of here, if you don't mind. Oh, man. All right, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. That's going to be September 13th on Netflix, by the way, just to put that out there. Canelo Alvarez, 62-2-2 with 39 knockouts. Terrence Crawford, 41-0 with 31 knockouts. I'm going with Bud, but I just want to see a knockout. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show, 313-466-4386. Last topic is coming from APnews.com, Associated Press. President Trump has signed an executive order officially bringing back the presidential fitness test in public schools, a program originally launched in 1966 and discontinued in 2012. The move is part of a broader effort to revitalize the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, signaling a renewed focus on youth health, competition, and community. Triple H and a lineup of sports legends, including PGA star Bryson DeChambeau and NFL icon Lawrence Taylor, attended the White House event to support the initiative. The council will collaborate with schools nationwide to develop school-based fitness programs, revive the annual Presidential Fitness Award, and promote a stronger, healthier generation of Americans. Now, I'm actually old enough to have experienced the presidential fitness test. When they call the students in by a certain amount, certain letter, or your grade, your name, whatever, and you do different stuff to test your physical ability. And they kind of rate you based on what you should be doing based on your height, your age, your weight, or whatever the case may be. Now, I was pretty decent at it, minus the stretching. I hated the stretching. Always been bad at it. But other than that, I was pretty decent at everything. Now, I don't think this is or was or should be intended to embarrass any students for any public display. I think the information and results should go to the parents for them to kind of gauge where their children are and take action from there or no action. And I also think it's for the school to gauge how you should be tailoring your after-school programs or your physical education program for your kids based on the average or the information that you get. So I remember it, and all I know is I didn't even know that it's been discontinued because I graduated in 2007. It discontinued in 2012, so I didn't even know. But knowing that, and then knowing that there's an abundance of obese kids nowadays, I think there's something to be said about that. And I'm not mad at this. So that's just what I will say. As a kid that grew up with this, the presidential fitness test, I'm not mad at it coming back. But let me know what you think. Is it good for us, for the kids, for the youth? Did you have it? Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. Appreciate you for kicking it with KCMC from the stands of a sports fan. Talk about sports from the perspective of a fan. Once again, Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button if you got this far. We appreciate you. We just wanted to pop in and talk sports again. We'll be back again probably in another day or two, but check out our clips, our shorts, our reels, all of that. Show some love. Appreciate you. We out.